Hello, today I'm going to be looking at a question somebody raised recently about what is O, the letter O, doing in o'clock. Yes, of course, I'm not sure you learned to tell the time when you were in primary school or in the secondary school to say the time is 9 o'clock. So the question is, what is the O doing in o'clock? As we all know, there's always a history to some of these things, all right? So it's not just something that you arbitrarily just choose. But I'd like to let you know that it dates back to centuries back, that in those days, before the invention of the clock, people found a way to tell the time. Mostly they use solar means. I recall when I was growing up back in Bender State in those days, I remember there was someone who told me that I could use the sun to determine what time. All I needed to do is to stand facing the north, all right? So facing my place, that's facing Auchi and all that. And at that time, my shadow, I will have to use my shadow to know exactly where the time is pointing. If the shadow was under my feet, that would be that it's midday. If the shadow was going to the right, it would be 3 o'clock. And if it's going behind me, that's 6 o'clock and all that. That's the way we also were telling the time in Bender State in those days when I was growing up. Not that we didn't have any clock. But going back to the O in o'clock, as I said, people in those days were using solar means to tell the time. So at the time when the clock was now invented, there was now a distinction between what times you were telling using the solar system or solar means, or what time was it if you were using the clock. Of course, you know that the clock is 24 hours in the day, and it's divided into 2. That's 12. So if you say, for instance, it's 2 o'clock or 2 p.m., it means that it's 2 hours after midday. So the O there means 2 of the, that is 2 of the time. That is 2 of the clock. Did you hear that? If it's 2 a.m., it is, the time is standing at the 2 of the clock. So of the O of the clock, that's where you have the o'clock. So if somebody say, okay, what's it by the time? Okay, it is 2 o'clock. It means that it was using the time by the clock and not by the solar maze. So over time, the of the, was compressed, and then we had just O and an apostrophe clock. So 2 o'clock is 2 of the clock. So next time somebody asks you, what is the O doing in the clock? Tell the person that it's 2 of the clock or 3 of the clock. That's how you got the O in the clock. All right? Thank you very much.